Hi everybody, thank you for joining me. Iran fleet of warships deployed off the Yemen coast after U.S. bombs Houthi targets. Could be in the makings of World War III. We'll have to see if Russia gets involved, Israel gets involved, etc. This very well could escalate. Iran has deployed a fleet of warships to the Gulf of Aden, the Republic's naval commander has confirmed. The deployment follows U.S. cruise missile strikes on Yemeni positions, thought to be under Houthi rebel control. Since no more than 62 kilometers of Red Sea water divide the Saudi and African coasts, the Iranian missiles are able to block shipping and tanker traffic that ply to and from the Gulf of Suez and the Persian Gulf. Therefore, the threat of blockage hangs imminently over one-third of Saudi and Gulf Emirate oil exports. Seems Iran sends its ships every time the U.S. gets involved physically. The U.S. does supply Saudi Arabia with weapons, and there has been drone strikes in the past in Yemen. Until now, Washington, a major ally of Saudi Arabia, has limited its engagement in Yemen to intelligence sharing, reconnaissance, and aerial refueling of Saudi-led coalition jets. The U.S. has also supplied weapons to Saudi Arabia. The Iranian Navy has sent the warships to international waters for a mission that include entering the area off the southern coast of Yemen, one of their rear admirals confirmed on Wednesday. The area is among the world's busiest maritime trade routes. Reuters reported that Iran sent just 2 warships to the Gulf of Aden today, Thursday, but they were said to be sent on Wednesday, the semi-official Tasnim news agency reported, establishing a military presence in waters off Yemen, where the U.S. military launched cruise missile attacks on areas controlled by Iran-backed Houthi forces. A U.S. Navy-guided missile destroyer was targeted on Sunday, October 9th, in a failed missile attack from territory in Yemen controlled by Iran-aligned Houthi rebels. Today, U.S. military cruise missile strikes on Thursday to knock out 3 coastal radar sites in areas of Yemen controlled by Iran-aligned Houthi forces. The attack on coastal targets was carried out by Tomahawk cruise missiles, launched from the destroyer USS Nitz, NPR reported. According to U.S. officials, all targets were in remote areas, where there was little risk of civilian casualties or collateral damage. The U.S. military strikes were in response to the failed missile attacks this week on the USS destroyer that would have been the Mason, U.S. officials said. President Barack Obama authorized the strikes on the recommendation of Secretary of Defense Ash Carter and Chairman of the Joint Chiefs General Joseph Dunford, Pentagon Press Secretary Pete Cook said in a statement. The U.S. military vowed to respond to any further threat to our ships and commercial traffic. Now this is where it gets more interesting. On October 1st, Iran Houthi surrogate launched a C-81 missiles against a United Emirates transport HSV-2 Swift logistics catamaran as it was about to pass through the strait. The ship was attacked and seriously damaged off Yemen. Houthi rebels claimed the ship sank. According to unnamed U.S. Department of Defense officials, the damaged ship was being towed, and the fate of the crew is currently unclear. But you see, even though it was working or supposedly operating under the United Arab Emirates, HSV-2 Swift, which is a hybrid catamaran, she was privately owned, or is privately owned, by Sealift Incorporated. Sealift Incorporated is an American shipping company based in Oyster Bay, New York. Iran's key regional rival, Saudi Arabia, accused Iran of providing support to the Houthis, a charge the Islamic Republic denies. Tasnim said the Iranian ships will patrol the Gulf of Aden, south of Yemen, which is one of the world's most important shipping routes. In April 2015, Iran sent its 34th fleet of the Iranian Navy that was sent to the Gulf of Aden, after Saudi Arabia ramped up military operations in Yemen to fight the Houthi rebels backed by Iran. Also at the time, the USS Theodore Roosevelt Carrier Strike Group had joined the U.S. Navy's 5th Fleet area of operation, which includes the Arabian Sea, the Persian Gulf, the Red Sea, and parts of the Indian Ocean. On March 25, 2015, Saudi Arabia took action against Iran's growing influence in the Middle East. Joined by the Egyptians, the major Sunni powers created a coalition that was said to be ready to face off with Iran in Yemen. It was said in August of this year that Iranian arms supplies to Yemeni Houthi rebels that was supposed to have been suspended, but the rebels took delivery last week of the largest consignment of Iranian weapons to date. The shipment included highly sophisticated Scud-D surface-to-surface missiles with a range of 800 kilometers and C-802 anti-ship missiles, an upgraded version of the Chinese YJ-8 and NATO's name CSS-N8 and renamed by Iran Saqqad. These weapons came with Iranian Revolutionary Guard officers and a radar system to fine-tune the targeting of these missiles by Iran's Yemeni proxies. The Scuds were given to the Houthi forces fighting in northern Yemen on the Saudi border, while the C-802s were delivered to the Houthis Ansar Allah faction, which is under direct Iranian Revolutionary Guard's command. This is the area of the one port that is under Houthi control, and it's right there on the other smaller map. The missiles were posted at special launch bases constructed by Iran outside Yemen's two principal Red Sea ports, Mocha and Hydra. I'm probably pronouncing them wrong. Fragments of U.S. supplied munitions were recently found at the scene of a Saudi strike on a funeral mourning hall in the Yemeni capital, Sana'a. Human rights groups have repeatedly criticized the U.S. and the U.K. for supplying arms to Saudi Arabia, which continues to bomb civilian targets in Yemen. Critics continue to accuse the Saudi-led coalition of using cluster munitions, which are banned in most countries. Last year, Nobel Peace Prize winner President Barack Obama authorized U.S. forces to provide support to the Saudi-led coalition by creating a joint planning cell. The State Department admitted to providing the Saudis with intelligence sharing, targeting assistance, advisory, and logistic support. And the firing upon the USS Mason was the second time within 1 week. Put your thoughts and comments down below. Bookmark my site. I'll keep you up to date. Please stay safe, and I'll talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.